Hey everyone, thanks for coming back, and I've been watching a lot of movies the last few days when I was under the weather, so let's get this started. Hi everyone, we're going to start with the movie Buried this evening as the first review. I remember when the previews for this movie came out, I was kind of like, I really don't want to see it. And for the longest time, I had just completely forgotten about it. My friend Tony, he saw it and did a review on it. And in his review, it really made it sound very interesting, so I decided to give it a shot. And I rented it, and I was very happy with it. It came out in 2010. Stars Ryan Reynolds, who has been in numerous movies. He's coming out in a movie this coming summer, Green Lantern, which I know many of you are very excited to see on screen. He was in Wolverine Origins last year. He played Deadpool, which they've been talking about a spin-off with just this character alone, but it's kind of on the back burner for right now. The movie Buried, let me read the tagline here for you. Paul Conroy is not ready to die, beaten and buried in a wooden box by Iraqi insurgents who attacked a civilian convoy. Conroy is left with only a cell phone, a lighter, 90 minutes to save his own life. First off, I want to say, if you're claustrophobic, do not watch this movie. I am nowhere near claustrophobic, but the first 15 or 20 minutes really makes you feel, very claustrophobic. You just get to see how this guy goes through, trying to get out of the box, using his lighter to see his cell phone to attempt to make phone calls to various individuals. It's actually a very exciting movie. It's kind of hard to believe that, a movie with one person really to carry a whole movie without getting boring. But, look at the Tom Hanks Castaway a few years ago. I thought the same thing about that, and that was a very good movie. So, if you have a chance to watch it, definitely go see it. I'd say I'd give it a 4 chef knives out of 5 on this. And let's move on to the next one. Alright, our next movie that we're going to review this evening is Blue Valentine, which came out last year, 2010. Stars Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams. The tagline for the movie, the story of love found and love lost told in present and past moments in time. Kind of reminded me of 500 Days of Summer. Flooded with romantic memories of their courtship, Dean and Cindy use one night to try and save their failing marriage. Well, I remember when this movie was beginning to be released, there was a whole bunch of controversy about this movie because it was originally going to be rated NC-17, which anymore seems to be the kiss of death for a lot of movies. But it was only over a 15 to 20 second scene. Somehow they got it down to a rating of R, which I do not see why they had to go through all this hoopla to get this rating of R. The scene was in the movie anyways. I think they may have changed the angles and refilmed it. But it was ridiculous. It's crazy what the MPAA lets get through and doesn't let get through. It was a decent movie. Overall, it's one of those movies, been there, done that, seen it. I saw someone make a message on Facebook the other night just saying it was boring. Yeah, I could say it was probably kind of boring, especially when you've seen other movies, almost the same direction, same thought process behind filming it. And then this one just kind of dragged on. So I'd say maybe a 3 out of 5. It was a decent movie. I like Michelle Williams. I like Ryan Gosling. They played their parts really well. It's some very good dramatic scenes, but it just didn't really click for me. So if you like that type of movie, definitely see it. If not, just skip it. go see something else. And let's start on our next one. Alright, and to move on to our last review for the evening, it's a movie that came out in 2009. It was called The Lightkeepers. It starred Richard Dreyfuss. I'm sorry, I was having a brain fart there. Actually, Mr. Dreyfuss was in the restaurant I work at last week, so my wife actually found this movie on Netflix, and we decided to watch it. The movie's set in the year 1912 on Cape Cod. A lighthouse keeper, which is Richard Dreyfuss, the lighthouse keeper who is disavowed any association with females, must deal with the appearance of two very attractive women who move into a nearby cottage for the summer. The movie was actually pretty good. It started out a little slow. Of course, they had to set it up showing that, his whole aversion to women and just to show that he's a crotchety old man. But he gets a younger lighthouse assistant, and this gentleman has some mystery to him also. He washes up on shore, claims he doesn't have any memory of who he is. So you go through the movie, you get to learn about the lighthouse keeper, the lighthouse assistant, and the two ladies move in. And I mean, it's a cute little story. And of course, I mean, one of the reasons we watched the movie, because my wife's like a really big lighthouse fanatic. We have DVDs on lighthouses. We have all kind of lighthouse paraphernalia. I don't know if you can see the picture on the wall behind me, but it's actually a lighthouse. And the smaller picture is a U.S. postage stamps with lighthouses on them. So they're really neat. If you've never been in a lighthouse, if you ever go to the beach and you have a chance, go up. It is an amazing view that you can see out of the lighthouse. And the story behind lighthouses are really cool. For the movie, it's not for everyone. It's a period piece. It's a love story, more or less. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it. I'd say 3.5 to 4 chef knives out of 5. I'm a fan of Richard Dreyfuss. The fact that I got to see him where I worked last week kind of was like, all right, this is cool. Let's watch this. I haven't watched Jaws forever, but that's another show. But if you have a chance and you like this type of movie, definitely watch it. I mean, if the period pieces or, slower style love stories aren't your thing, don't bother with it. But if you have a chance, give it a shot. And I guess if nothing else, my next review should be Pirates 4 next week on Monday or Tuesday. I definitely want to go see it. It's hard for me to see movies on the weekend because of my work schedule. Being a chef, really, you don't have a weekend off. Your weekends are usually through the week when everyone else is working. So until next week, enjoy the weekend, have fun. Hopefully this rain will stop so the people that do have the